Remdesivir, sold under the brand name Veklury, is a broad-spectrum antiviral medication developed by the biopharmaceutical company Gilead Sciences. It is administered via injection into a vein. During the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, Remdesivir was approved or authorized for emergency use to treat COVID-19 in around 50 countries. Updated guidelines from the World Health Organization in November 2020 include a conditional recommendation against the use of Remdesivir for the treatment of COVID-19. Remdesivir was originally developed to treat hepatitis C, and was subsequently investigated for Ebola virus disease and Marburg virus infections before being studied as a post-infection treatment for COVID-19. The most common side effect in healthy volunteers is raised blood levels of liver enzymes. The most common side effect in people with COVID-19 is nausea. Side effects may include liver inflammation and an infusion-related reaction with nausea, low blood pressure, and sweating. Remdesivir is a prodrug that is intended to allow intracellular delivery of GS441524 monophosphate and subsequent biotransformation into GS441524 triphosphate, a ribonucleotide analog inhibitor of viral RNA polymerase. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration considers it to be a first-in-class medication. Remdesivir is the international non-proprietary name, while the development code name was GS5734. In November 2020, the World Health Organization updated its guideline on therapeutics for COVID-19 to include a conditional recommendation against the use of Remdesivir, triggered by results from the WHO Solidarity trial. The European Medicines Agency announced that they will evaluate new data to see if a revision to the authorization of Remdesivir is needed. In the European Union, Remdesivir is indicated for the treatment of coronavirus disease 2019 with pneumonia requiring supplemental oxygen. In the United States, Remdesivir is indicated for use in adults and adolescents for the treatment of COVID-19 requiring hospitalization. In November 2020, the FDA issued an emergency use authorization for the combination of baricitinib with Remdesivir for the treatment of suspected or laboratory-confirmed COVID-19 in hospitalized people 2 years of age or older requiring supplemental oxygen, invasive mechanical ventilation, or extracorporeal membrane oxygenation. According to international experts from the British Medical Journal, Remdesivir probably has no important effect on the need for mechanical ventilation and may have little or no effect on the length of hospital stay. Because of the high price, the authors point out that Remdesivir may divert funds and efforts away from other treatments against COVID-19. In November 2020, the World Health Organization updated its guideline on therapeutics for COVID-19 to include a conditional recommendation against the use of Remdesivir, triggered by results from the WHO Solidarity trial. Gilead issued a statement in response to the updated World Health Organization treatment guidelines. The most common adverse effects in people treated with Remdesivir were respiratory failure and blood biomarkers of organ impairment, including low albumin, low potassium, low count of red blood cells, low count of thrombocytes, and elevated bilirubin. Other reported adverse effects include gastrointestinal distress, elevated transaminase levels in the blood, infusion site reactions, and electrocardiogram abnormalities. Remdesivir may cause infusion-related reactions, including low blood pressure, nausea, vomiting, sweating or shivering. Other possible side effects of Remdesivir include Remdesivir as a proteid. This in turn is further phosphorylated to its active metabolite triphosphate by nucleoside phosphate kinases. This pathway of bioactivation is meant to occur intracellularly, but a substantial amount of Remdesivir is prematurely hydrolyzed in plasma, with GS441524 being the major metabolite in plasma, and the only metabolite remaining 2 hours after dosing. As an adenosine nucleoside triphosphate analog is to induce an irreversible chain termination. Unlike with many other chain terminators, this is not mediated by preventing addition of the immediately subsequent nucleotide, but is instead delayed, occurring after 5 additional bases have been added to the growing RNA chain. For the RNA-dependent RNA polymerase of MERS-CoV, SARS-CoV-1, and SARS-CoV-2, arrest of RNA synthesis occurs after incorporation of 3 additional nucleotides. Hence, remdesivir is classified as a direct-acting antiviral agent that works as a delayed chain terminator. In non-human primates, the plasma half-life of the prodrug is 20 minutes, with the main metabolite being the nucleoside GS441524. 2 hours post-injection, the main metabolite GS441524 is present at micromolar concentrations, whilst intact remdesivir is no longer detectable. Because of this rapid extracellular conversion to the nucleoside GS441524, some researchers